Morning! Morning for
Hello.
me. Afternoon for you. Hello. Are you feeling better? Is your child better? I know you had some
Yeah, he
stuff
seems to
on
be.
Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, and then he spent the rest of the week throwing up, so that was fun. I mean, I say that he threw up like 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
but it felt like a lot.
Oh. And so did he stay out of playgroup daycare for the rest of the week, or did you have him at
We
home?
kept we kept him off. He was off Tuesday because he had not quite a proper temperature, but just a little warmer than it should have been on Tuesday. And then he went in Wednesday because his temperature was fine. He hadn't been sick. Everything was all good. And then Wednesday night he threw up, and Thursday lunchtime he threw up,
Oh
and
gosh.
so we kept him off Thursday, Friday. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Did you get your real work done, your day work? Were you able to work it out with your hubby?
Most of it.
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
got another couple of hours to do.
Nice. All right.
So
Well, you sound better than you did on Tuesday. That's for darn sure.
yes.
I'm good. Good. I am good. Thanks for asking. I'm okay too. No, just kidding. No,
That's
it's
good.
yeah, it's I don't know. I feel really like drained today. Like I don't know,
Oh,
tired. But I'll work through it. I fasted and I have my ketones. I'm trying to be healthier, Allie. I learned a little about meditation because we talked about that
oh
over the
yeah,
last couple of weeks and over the last week or so. I know it's something our friend Kate is into, so I did that.
yeah.
Um, and I was surprised it's not necessarily meant to clear your mind, but to like bring clarity. So I was kind of surprised about that when I learned that. I'm like, because I always thought it was about clearing your mind, but no,
Yeah.
it's about clarity, getting clear on what your mind is saying, because you can throw some of it away, but keep the ones that matter. So anyway, that's all getting into, that psychological mumbo jumbo, but that's just what I was learning. So, and
Did you get an app to help you or?
I do have the Calm app, so I do like that. But I actually started following somebody on TikTok who does a lot of
Okay.
meditation and explaining it really well, and just helping you understand a little more about it. So that was kind of
That's
a
good.
fun find. And
Yeah.
hello to everyone. Shall we say hello?
Hey everyone.
Easy Graphics already said hey everyone for us. Thanks, Easy.
Hey.
We love Easy, and he has his own channel, so be sure to check him out. Easy Graphics, lots of helpful stuff for self-publishing, all kinds of helpful stuff in areas, all kinds of areas. And we have Jocelyn Carter, who's the early bird. She gets the early bird gets the worm award today. Thanks, Jocelyn. So glad you're here. Diane is with us today. Thanks for being here. We're gonna write today. Who
Yeah, we
else?
are.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, what are we working on, Ellie? What are you working on today?
I'm not sure. I had some thoughts in the bath earlier, so I might write those down for like how my
Those are
series gonna go.
yeah. Oh, those are always
Um,
the best when we get those like bathroom thoughts.
yes.
My husband knows when that happens because I rush out and grab whatever I can grab to write it down. She's got a brainstorm. Leave her alone.
Bath brainstorms are completely the one.
I know. What is everyone else working on? Tell us in the chat today. We're gonna do. Oh, here's Megan. We're gonna do
Hey
three
Megan.
20-minute sprints. I got a fall little screen thing going with our timer. I finally spent the time doing that. I used Camtasia, and I actually have a video that I have to edit for work. So, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about these authors I've been interviewing this past week, Ellie.
Yes,
So
so
I'll fill
exciting.
you in on after the next 20, a little more about that because there's some interesting stuff. Uh, I got to record a video for a step-by-step walkthrough of ACX. Yay! That's the
Oh,
audio publishing website. Uploading audiobook all the way to getting it published. Love it. I can't wait to watch it. Working on desktop background first though for my other channel. Great. Megan says she likes focus meditation. Yes. Do you use the Calm app, Megan, or what do you use, or just do it your own? Music. Tell us what you do. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get a story out of meditation, but I just am trying to be intentional and give it a shot because I've had people tell
Yeah.
me I need to. So
It's supposed to be really good for relaxing and calming stress levels, isn't it? So
yeah, and bringing clarity, I think, to your a little more clarity of your what your life, what you're working on and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, Jocelyn, work in progress today. I've been making narrative progress, so feeling good.
Yay,
Yay!
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, you have been a trooper this whole year with us, making progress. Love it. Megan, I love, by the way, Megan, I didn't say this on our little chat that we have going offline, but I do love the artists that you selected for your covers. They look great for suspense. What do you think, Allie? You saw those? Do they look good?
Oh, yes, I did. I didn't look at them very much. Sorry.
Write it in characters might love meditation. Oh, sure. You know, that actually might fit in good with my fourth book, Heroine, now that I think about it, because she's kind of this artsy, you know, total opposite of the guy. The guy is more the controlling, you know, trying to control his life.
Yeah.
So one of the things that came out as I wrote this hero in the fourth book was he has abandonment issues from his past, and he's like all about, you know, he that's one thing, but he's all about like eating healthy and taking care of his body. But then she finds a hoard stash of like junk food in his room. And so it turns out he's kind of a food hoarder because of the trauma of his past. What do you think about that? That just came out as I was writing. I don't know.
Seems reasonable.
It
I've
wasn't
read that
something I
somewhere
planned.
recently. I've oh, I might have been in one of Kate's heroes
Oh,
that
did they?
he's, because of his traumatic past, he makes sure that his pantry is stocked enough for like a 12-month famine.
Yeah.
So
I haven't read that book. Which one was it? Do you know? I don't want, I mean, I'm not copying her. I'm trying not to copy her, but
oh, no,
it
no,
just
no.
came out as I was writing. How funny.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
know, I
that's what
still
I was
might cut
thinking,
it.
Megan.
But
It's definitely a thing when you grow up with not enough food.
yeah.
Um,
You see it in
it's
young
it's
children when you're
Isla's
teaching
book.
children. Oh,
Yeah,
Islas. I haven't read it yet.
yeah. I can't remember what it's
Interesting.
called. Sorry, but
Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and it's made me like
yeah,
examine my own like youth and stuff. So I just never realized that was a real thing. I always tell my husband, our house around here, I'm like one traumatic event away from like being a hoarder in our house. Well, I would say we have clutter, you know, but I think every family
yeah,
has clutter. Family of four,
yeah.
you've got clutter. That's all you can do. You know, you can't keep up with it, and everyone, because it's not just me that I have to clean up after. It's three
No,
other people who have no
right.
concept of cleaning after themselves. That it's like the clutter just adds up. I just give up. Is that how? Yeah, how to Nabanuvo Reach is what Ali's saying.
Yes.
Is this book?
Yeah.
Yes, I have to read it. Yeah. All right, so shall we head into our first 20? Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're going
Let's
to
do it.
do a 20-minute sprint. We'll come back on and chat for a few minutes after. And yeah, I will tell you all about my interview with an author named Storm Song. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Cool.
She's a reverse harem author who's only been writing for a year and a half, already writing full time. I will tell you all about her. She's been great. You can look her up on Amazon during the break, though.
I will.
Okay. I will see you guys in 20.
Yes, we'll see you in 20. Good
See
luck,
you in
everyone.
20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hey, we have a few more people joined us. We have Kate. Kate joined us. Hey, Kate.
Hey,
Good to
Kate.
see you. How'd everyone do? How'd you do, Allie?
I did lots of stuff that was very good stuff, but doesn't give me a word count. I did some notes. I started some notes for the third book. I added a bit to some notes for the second book, and I started notes on my creatures.
Nice, nice, nice. Very cool. Hey, Judith L is here with us too. Hey there. Um, I have been same thing. I didn't get word numbers, but just putting tweaks into book 4. I found a really good, I don't know if you'd call it a guide or a blog or articles, but I'd been looking around for some help with the whole enemies to lovers trope. And I really want to, because I'm not doing a bullying thing. This is a true, like, we're pretending to hate each other and we're going to fall in love, kind of a thing. And so, and it wasn't really pretending to hate, that there were reasons why they were hating each other. It was more one-sided too than two-sided. But I wanted to just, really dive into that trope and figure out how do enemies turn from enemies to falling in love and all of that. So I found what I wanted finally. And so I've just been like, looking through my little writing here and what I have going on and trying to like also marry it with what this particular article said. So it's been like you said, it's not been words, but it's been productive. Diane 374, awesome, easy graphics.
Good job.
Got my desktop background done. Good. All right, let us know. Judith L, hope you're enjoying all the cheeses. I know her trip to it's my mom, everybody. Her trip to France is coming to a close. She'll be here. I don't know. I already forgot the date. She told me 28th. So anyway, I've asked her 5 times. I promised her I'd put it in my calendar. And yesterday I did get an answer from her. But yes, let me see. When is she here? She will be here with me. I don't know, actually. I thought she said the 20th. We're actually leaving from here to Phoenix on November 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, just so you know my travel plans, that's what's going on. Jocelyn, no word count this spring. Got some good words in there. Cool. Very cool.
That's good.
So, yeah, this Storm Song is the author's name, her pen name. And,
yes.
And so she was amazing. So you can find her on TikTok. So just type in Storm Song and you'll see her come up. She has pink hair. And she is a reverse harem. Had you read any of her stuff yet, Allie, or anything? Or
no,
heard of her?
But I found her on Amazon. So when my to be read list gets a little shorter.
Yeah, add her to it.
Try.
So it was amazing because she, during the pandemic, during quarantines, I think she said her husband lost his job, and then they have little ones. They have like 4 and 5, 6-year-olds that I think she said 2, somewhere in that age range, and they homeschool. She also had a job, I think, and was pretty much the primary breadwinner for a while, and then had started writing during the pandemic. And she loves reverse harem and other tropes, other genres, but she decided, there was nothing like she really wanted to write. And so she decided to
I'm not walking out. I promise I'm still listening.
No problem. I don't mind speaking to you in an empty chair. Anyway, she decided to write. So she wrote, and I don't know how many books she has now, a lot, but found, I think, within 6 months she could leave her job and work at it full time. And she does no advertising. I don't even recall if she has a newsletter, but she has no advertising. She has done everything on TikTok. She has 150,000 followers on TikTok. And and she's doing fantastic. So
That's
She
awesome.
does plan to learn a little bit more about advertising in the coming year and stuff, but she's just written quite a bit. Her covers are pretty cool. I looked at her covers. I thought
Yeah,
they were really cool for Reverse
they
Harem.
are.
Um, so anyway, I just wanted to put it out there that, this whole thing is very doable with writing the books and, all of that, and with TikTok and or with writing books and advertising or whatever. But it is
Yeah.
possible. It just takes, the focus and getting it, doing all the
Yes.
things.
Yeah. I think some genres are quicker to build than others as well. Like reverse harem is really really big.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a niche. It's very niche. Like, she's
Yeah.
really, it's a real dialed down niche. And, but she is planning to do some more contemporary over the coming year with the same pen name, she said. But she does have other things she'd like to write too. But she does plan to branch out into contemporary romance this next year.
She's got. I'm sorry, I missed it if you said it already, but she's got a lot of books out for only really starting last year, doesn't she?
Yes, a year and a half she's been writing and publishing and, following the 20 book to 50K as much as she can, and meteoric success because of TikTok. She says most of her, everything she does to advertise has been on TikTok, just doing her
Yeah.
TikToks. I'm
She's got
building
like
her.
at least 3 different series
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, everything I have read has said series. Series is where it's
Yeah,
at
yeah.
because, you write one book, it pushes everyone to the next book, and
Yeah.
you won't get total 100% read through from first book to end book, but it gives you that extra marketing, and your book is the best marketer. So
She's from the list of her books that I'm getting on Amazon, she's hit some really big trends because she's got some Academy books out, and Academy was huge over the last couple of years.
and that is all
Um,
part of writing the market too, right? Like
yes,
knowing what the market wants and
yeah. But
doing your
I just
research.
counted at least 5 different series that she's written, so
Yeah. Yeah.
she's been churning them out.
Yes. Yes. So, Allie, churn them out, churn them babies out, and get on TikTok.
Yeah.
I know. No, it's just interesting to learn, from different authors what they've been doing
It
and
is.
what made them successful, and but everyone has a different. What's been cool about this past week of interviews has been like everyone has a different ideal of success, and,
Yes.
and it changes as you grow. Like,
Yeah.
I remember Lana Johnson said, when I first started, I just wanted someone who wasn't my family or friend to buy my book. And now it's like, I actually have monetary goals, and so like that I want to hit each month. And so your goals change, over time and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I didn't realize that when I first started these interviews for 20 books to 50K, they told me that they were going to edit me out, and they would only have like they wanted to like put the question on the screen and have the author's answers, loop each one by one to answer the
Yeah.
same question. And then they would do that with the next question, right? And so they would have these videos. And then here yesterday, they're like, yeah, we're just going to stick them up. I'm like, but you're editing me out, right? No, is that okay? I'm like, I didn't want to be on screen.
Oh,
I'm just,
like if you told me I'd have done my hair and
Well, I mean, I sort of did, but I'm always self-conscious. But the thing is that, like, when I interview somebody, it's like a conversation, right? Well, they told me that they were doing it this way and to like mute myself, tell them to take a few seconds before they started speaking. So it'd be easier for the editor. Like, it wasn't a flowy conversation. It was, here's question one, answer. Here's question two, answer. And I might say, when I got back on, I might say, oh, I resonate with that so much. Or that's fantastic. And go on to the next question. It wasn't like my usual interviews,
yeah.
I would have done it completely different. And so at the end, I reserved, like some questions that I had that I wanted to follow up on, or questions I had that I was hoping they would answer for me, and, about my business. And so it was just, I would have done it differently. So I have no idea what they're doing with them. Enjoy them if you see them. It just,
They'll
it's
be
not
great.
about me. It's
See.
them and their info that, I hope everybody will get stuff on. But I still get self-conscious. So
They'll be awesome, see. everyone is going to be like, wow, she's the best
No, no,
interviewer.
no, no, no. That's not why this is. This is for everyone to have info. And for me, I enjoyed getting the info. I was just happy to have this opportunity to get info. So that was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It was really good and fun to meet these people. Um, let's see. Megan says, oops, I accidentally muted myself and didn't realize we were back on. 212, 150K followers on TikTok is awesome. I know, right? Like,
As,
but then I do notice that the more people that follow you, like the more you start to get those negative Nellies, that you have to deal with. Because I saw that in Storm Songs, TikToks. It's like people were saying, I know, just mean things to her about her body and stuff like that. And she was
I
coming back
think,
with, hey, here I am. This is me, being authentic and stuff, which I think was cool. But the more you're out there, the more that it does, cause weirdos to come out of the closet.
and I think the wider your audiences, the wider the social media platforms are designed to spread it, and that means instead of just getting the people who are like already primed to be your target audience, that you're getting people who couldn't care less, hate you and everything that you stand for, and they're suddenly going to be seeing your stuff. So
and they feel that it's in their power to comment, and to say mean things. And it's like, for that reason alone, I'm like, I just went off social media. Like, I just want to focus on my advertising and my books and my newsletter and keep it simple, because it's just, so many weird people. And I got to be honest with you, my attempts at TikTok, I swear to God, yes, I have authors. Yes, I have some readers, but I kid you not, it's mostly men. And I'm like, I know you are not reading my books. And it's like, I just, is it worth it? Then it makes it like, is it worth it? Is it really getting me readers? And so that's when I'm like, you know what? I throw in the towel on social media. Yeah. I throw in the towel on social media, and I am going to focus on my books and ads and my newsletter, and just, I am perfectly okay for living a hermit life. I would be perfectly fine with that. Like, I mean, I don't mind doing this kind of stuff, on Zoom and with, close writers or something, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Oh, my mom is asking, are Storm Songs books fairly short? I don't know if she's an Instalab, if she's what her
the one I just looked at was 220 something pages, so I wouldn't say that was super short.
Yeah, that'd be like 45 to 65 probably, because that's about the line with one of my larger ones. Yeah. What's her name?
Not novella length.
Yeah, Storm Song was her pen name, which I think fits really great with reverse harem. I love that reverse harem fantasy. I think that's really cool. So it surprised me because I asked her specifically, well, if you're planning to go into other genres, will you start new pen names? And she said no, she's planning to keep Storm Song for contemporary romance, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, in fairness, if she's built up 150k followers on TikTok, I would not want to be suddenly abandoning that and trying to start all over again with a new pen name. Once you've built up that social media under one, you don't want to do it again.
And I honestly do think that there's probably a lot of people who read reverse harem who also read contemporary, like especially I'm sure she's planning to do steamy, like, they kind of go back and forth. Would I go to pick out a reverse harem specifically? I wouldn't, because I just like steamy contemporary. But if I knew a writer was writing that, I might try one, now and then. But I know there's people who go back and forth and like to read a lot of different stuff.
Occasionally you can find contemporary reverse harem that's not paranormal. I haven't actually tried reading any yet, because I'm like,
do you know which authors they are? I wouldn't mind trying. Pick an author.
No,
let me know.
I can't think of one, but I'll try and find.
Yeah, for sure. And I know there's a lot of contemporary. I've seen a lot of contemporary now writing romance, which I read something recently. It was like, it's not necessarily that you're trying to write an LGBTQ. You're actually writing an romance, contemporary romance, for a female reader. Like, it's a slight difference but unfortunately, like, romance is not yet a category on Amazon, and so you do have to use or is it a smaller category? And then you still have to use like gay and LGBTQ kind of categories and stuff like that, and keywords. But but it is a significant difference. Like you're not writing specifically for, but I'm sure they're reading it, but you're actually the mind of a female romance reader who is heterosexual. They like to read, romance. And so it's
They
like a
do.
slight difference. So I've been seeing
Yeah.
lately, like authors who are trying to, also write an romance. They're using the label romance, and they're not necessarily using the label, gay or LGBTQ kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it is an interesting kind of
I'll have to try reading
dynamic.
like one that's written for, I don't know, gay people, I guess, and one that's written for non-gay people, and see what the difference is between
I was
how
thinking the
it's
same
written.
thing. Yeah, yeah. There might be a clear difference, like because I mean, I would think that the contemporary romance writer has a handle on romance, and so the only
Yeah.
difference is you're plugging in two men. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't
It's
know.
interesting dynamic though. I wouldn't be surprised though if that's an up and coming new category for Amazon, like a real ebook category. I think it might be in there, but it's like under books only or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Um, let's see, easy graphics, simple solution, block and move on. Don't waste energy on these people. I know. I just don't
Yeah.
even bother. I don't follow people on TikTok anymore. I don't like if they're there to watch me, they're to watch me. But I don't, yeah, but it's true. And actually somehow I think it's because I have a business account. Somehow my all my comments or anybody who wants to contact me, like they're blocked or certain things get blocked. So I never see any weird stuff. It's just
That's good.
no, yeah. What about you on TikTok? Making inroads?
No. That would involve putting a lot of effort into it, and I don't have that time right now.
I love Diane's comment here. If we could make a writing village, an author's village, right? That
Yep.
is just for author hermits. I'm adding author into it, Diane. It's just for author hermits. We could really, it'd be a planned community for author hermits. I love it.
Yep.
Lots of places that deliver great internet. Yes, I love it. It's great.
Sounds good to me.
Zoom meetings. All right. Anyway, we better head into our next 20. So
Yeah.
we will see you guys on the flip side of 20. Let's keep being productive. I'm in,
See you
Diane
in
says.
20.
Me too. I'll bye. Are, oh, I'm talking. How'd everyone do? Let us know. Guess what I
How
had
do you do?
on our break, Allie?
Yeah, what?
I made myself hard-boiled eggs this morning.
Uh
So
huh.
I had they were finally done. I had this little egg cooker thing, and it cooked 6 of them. So I had 2 of them with little salt and pepper. Oh, it's so good. So nice to eat healthy for once instead of the pumpkin loaf that was staring me hard from the fridge. So anyway, yes, that's what I did. I did that, and then I sat down to write. So I was just finagling some words around on my little manuscript here. How'd you do?
I ate dinner.
See, we had an eating break. I also
Yep.
had to get up and stretch, and we have to do that as writers. Drink the water, get up and stretch. What'd your husband bring you? Because I did see that huge plate he brought you during the last break. Now it's empty though. Yeah, but what did it? What
It is
was it?
not empty
Oh, you just nibbled. Okay.
because he brought a massive plate and I cannot eat that much.
I was gonna say it looks like meat, potatoes, green beans, something like that.
Yeah, roast dinner.
Oh,
I ate the meat because I'm sensible. The
very
meat and the
nice.
applesauce. Yum, yum, yum.
Wow, it's a big dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very modern. Oh, that was me. What did I write? Always have hard boiled eggs for day-go snacks. I know. Proud of myself with my 22 words. Yay, easy graphics. Any words are good words. We're all happy about
That's
that.
right.
Awesome. We got to take the every win. Every win. Jocelyn Carter, haven't eaten yet. No, I want bacon and hard boiled eggs. I know, right? Yes, a good egg really starts, it's really, healthy fat, healthy protein for your body.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn, come on, bacon anything. We have this place here we just discovered, which is not low carb, but it's called the Milkshake Factory. You know what a milkshake is, right, Allie? They have those in the UK?
Yes.
Okay. Well, some milkshakes have like stuff in them, like,
Yeah.
brownies or cookies or things like that. And so the Milkshake Factory does a great job of that. And but they sell chocolate there too. They make chocolates and stuff. They have chocolate dipped bacon.
Wow.
And when we go there, I'm always saying, next time I swear I'm going to buy it. I always want to. We've been there twice now, I think, maybe 3 times with our family over the past month or two. And because it's a town or so away. And so it's like, if we happen to be down there, we'll make it a special trip and go there. But they have, chocolate, like a whole strip of bacon, completely chocolate covered. And I want to try it. Have you ever
I
tried
think I'd
something like that?
prefer it if it was just half dipped, so you could just hold the bacon and just or like a little dipping thing with like you get for ketchup, but just with chocolate sauce and just
like a chocolate fountain, but with bacon all around it to dip into it. Have you heard of a chocolate fountain, right? Yeah, those two.
I have one.
Oh, what?
Unless we got rid of it at some point.
Oh,
do you know what though? I bought it like 15 years ago probably, and I have never ever used it.
They were all the rage for a while, right? Like the next kitchen appliance to have was your very own little chocolate fountain. Yeah. Well, I used to do weddings, so of course chocolate fountains were, the huge 3-tiered chocolate fountain things were all the rage, and I always wanted one. So, but yeah, I agree with you. It'd probably be one of those appliances that I'd break out once in a millennia.
Yes.
A lot of chocolate you'd have to feed into it to make it liquid.
Yes.
Yes, but I agree with you. A little dipping. That should be a whole restaurant itself right there. The chocolate dipper or something like that called,
Yes.
You just
Start it, Z. Make
it. You know what though? At the same time, this was years ago. My husband and I used to take our little ones to a buffet that had, as part of the dessert bar, had the chocolate bar, and of course there was double dipping going on. So that's the only thing. Like dealing with the public and making sure people have the same like manners as you do and not to double dip. Can you imagine the COVID that must be flying around, those kind of things?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I know. But your own personal one, that's a whole different story because we all have the same germs in our house. So
exactly. Okay. Yep.
Yes, I will. If we ever do head down there again, and when my mom's here, Mom, that Milkshake Factory is the one place I do plan to take you. And we're celebrating her birthday and my birthday when she's here in town, so that might have to be our treat for each other. We'll buy each other a shake.
Sounds like a good plan.
I know, right? Because what do you give the mom who has everything? I can't even think anymore what to give her. She's able to give herself everything she wants. Like, what do I give her? So food. Food is the next best thing.
Yeah.
Or if you have any suggestions, mom, put it in the chat so you can let me know. Chocolate chip bacon, yes. First out of the state fair, yes. See, now if you're writing a small town romance, Jocelyn, that might just have to go into my next small town romance. Very cool. Eating a pot pie, yes. Pot
See,
pies
it's
are
clearly
yummy.
dinner time.
I
Or is
know
it
people
lunchtime for you?
people are getting hungry. It's lunchtime here. Dinner for you. It's eating time somewhere in the world.
Yes.
Well, they say 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. Yes, call it the Big Dipper. Yes, that's a good name. Yeah, Z's next venture. All things bacon. ATBC. It's funny. Chocolate, mom says. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to find her some chocolate. All right. So, oh, there was one more thing I was going to tell you about Storm Song that she had said was she does organize her life because I said with so much TikToking, it takes quite a bit of time to make those
Yeah.
and how does she manage it all with all the writing she does? So she said she writes Monday through Thursday. Friday is her marketing day. She does all of her filming for TikTok, everything that she needs to do, scheduling things out, all of it. All of her accounting and all of that is on Friday. And she, tries to take the weekends off. And I thought,
Wow.
it's a nice schedule.
Yeah.
And, batching all your stuff. You always hear about doing that, batching all your social media and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And I think another group I'm in was talking about wouldn't it be nice if we all just got everything done by Friday and we could actually be like regular humans again on Saturday and Sunday? Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice. What would that feel like, Allie?
Do you know what? My weekends used to be really boring because we just sit down and watch TV. And no, I'd rather be up here writing.
I know. I don't think I'd ever give up like doing this kind of thing on a Saturday, but it would be nice to have like my newsletter done by Friday and any
Yeah.
marketing, done so I could focus on the fun part of writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I call those
But
my
then
CEO days. That's cool, Megan. Go ahead, Allie.
you said she does it for a job, didn't you?
That's her
So
job, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
so
So
that's a whole different mindset than when you're trying to do it when you have a day job, right?
yeah.
And she has
Yeah.
kids. She homeschools on top of it. Like, wow. And a husband at home. She's able to, her husband's able to stay home because she can support the mom.
Does our husband do some of the homeschooling?
I would imagine he's more involved. Yeah. Yeah. She didn't mention, but I would suspect she's not a superwoman and he's just sitting around on the couch.
You've certainly got to hope so.
I would hope yeah, she sounds like a pretty independent woman. So
Yeah.
I would think that that is the case. Yeah, I like that idea though. The CEO days. I'm gonna have to take that from you, Megan. That'll be my terminology too. We'll just start a thing, Megan. CEO days for authors. All right, guys. So shall we head into our third sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. We'll see you guys on the next side.
See you in 20. Good luck.
We are back. How did everyone do? Let us know in the chat.
How did you do, Z?
I did good. I actually did some writing. Let me see what my words were. Hold on.
Yay.
What about you? What'd you do?
I had some cake and I carried on writing all about all my creatures.
Cake. Let's adjust that first. It looks like almost 500, so that's good.
Yay! Good job.
I know, trying to fill in some blanks of my holes and my enemies to lover story. So creatures, what kind of creatures like in your current story?
Yeah. Like
No.
my vampires and my werewolves.
Okay, yes, good. I was just gonna say, I remember reading like an early version of this, so the political one, right? The
Yes.
political thriller thing you're writing?
Yes.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't call them creatures, because I've also included my humans and my witches in there. So, basically they're just all creatures. Maybe I should change that to species.
Species? What do they call it in the paranormal world? What do they call all of them? It's so funny because my son is studying like classifying all the species.
Oh, yeah.
The Latin words, the very first is like genus, and then you have species as the second word. So it's funny you're talking about the same thing. What do you call them, Allie?
Well,
I don't know.
I should really call them species, because in my book they're all different species.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Is that something
like all different kinds of human, like human and Neanderthal and all the other many kinds of human that there once were?
Yeah. That's an easy fix though to find and replace where you've mentioned stuff like that?
Oh, so I haven't called them creatures in my main story.
Okay. Okay. Nobody's saying, well, that group of creatures, they're just more calling them well, the witches. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Jocelyn wrote words by hand, guesstimating about 100 words. Cool. I know Megan writes by hand a bit. Like, do you write by hand ever, Allie?
No. Not if I can help it.
Yeah, somebody I was listening to this morning said that they feel like they get a lot more, a different kind of writing in by hand. So, yeah.
When I did my editing course a few years back, I actually wrote all my notes out for that by hand. And I think that really helped me learn what I was writing. But I'm not really trying to learn what I'm writing on my story. Yeah. I'm just trying to get the words out quickly, and it's quicker to type.
Yeah, same here. Species, Jocelyn says she likes that. I don't know, my mom wrote gargoyles and chimera. I'm not sure what chimera is. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I would say that chimera.
Chimera? What is it, though?
Someone help me out. Is that how you say it or not? So chimera, you can have actual human chimera, which are generally when two eggs start developing and split into cells, but very, very early on, one of them stops and the other absorbs it, so that you've got one person with two different genetic codes inside them.
Oh.
Which is fascinating how that works. And then chimera in myth are like generally mix of two animals, which I think is often something involving a goat and a lion, but I might be wrong about that.
Fascinating. Love it. But you don't have that in your story, chimera.
Not so far.
It's a thought, though, for another one.
Yes, it is.
Kate Sadler finally got 740. Awesome. Megan got 400. Nearly 1,000 for the day. She's
wow, you guys have done so well.
Gargoyles. I would also say chimera that way, Allie. Like a gargoyle, but made a different animal. Parts, I think she says. Yes, parts. Interesting. Huh.
There was I watched a crime thing, and the answer, of course, was that the person was a chimera, and that's how they could give a DNA sample that didn't match the DNA on the crime scene, because they had two different DNAs, and that's where I learned that they actually exist, like real people. But that's probably also why I think that it's said that way, because I would guess, because otherwise I would also have said it chimera or something similar. So.
I am not educated in all of that kind of stuff.
It's just a case of whether you ever heard it said, I think.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. A female
Yeah,
monster
lion and
that is
goats.
lion's head, goat middle, and dragon tail.
Cool.
Interesting. Hmm.
Megan is the expert on Greek.
I know. That is fascinating. Um, yeah, very cool. So, yes, we got a lot done today. Do you feel productive for what you got done today? So
Yeah,
far?
I feel like I've got organised thoughts, which is always good.
Hmm.
Not quite as good as the word count, but close.
Gargoyles are actually water sprouts,
Yes,
like on the top of the cathedrals. My middle
like
school obsession
stone
is always on.
statues.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I knew what gargoyles were, but I didn't
No,
realize they were their chimera, or she was just
no,
saying, okay,
I think two
gotcha,
separate things.
gotcha. Interesting. Very cool. Yeah. What do you got going on the rest of the weekend? Anything fun? You still keeping on working after this?
Yeah, I've got a bit more of that last couple of hours of work to do, and then tomorrow my husband's off shooting for hours and hours and hours. So Megan, I may not be at the sprint tomorrow, depending on when he gets back. And I will be mummying all day and reading new books.
Mommy. I love that. Gotta do some mommy time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my husband's working today and tomorrow too, so I'll do something with the kiddos if they'll let me. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here at my desk because that's what I do. Uh, great
I
sprint,
mean,
very
that kind of
productive.
sounds good.
I know. I'll like it. I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I have laundry and all the usual house bit of stuff to do.
No, no.
Uh, Good for easy graphic, huh? No, Ellie.
No, no.
Yes, I have bathroom cleaning to do and laundry and
No, get the children to do those things.
actually the children are doing their own. I just, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, I told my husband yesterday I'll do his laundry for him today. He didn't even ask me. I just out of the blue said, "Oh, you know what? I'll do your laundry tomorrow." But he brought me flowers. Here, I'll show you. He brought me flowers. My house is a mess. Don't look at the rest of my house, but he brought me
Oh, but
flowers just
flowers.
for no reason because I was feeling crappy, and he brought me flowers the next day. So
Oh,
I guess
see,
one good
that's
turn
really
deserves
sweet.
another. So I told him I would do his laundry. But yeah, the kids are doing their own laundry now, so I don't do it.
Oh, that's good.
And my laundry is supposed to be carried upstairs by the kids. That doesn't always happen. My laundry is kind of sitting over there at the bottom of the stairs, waiting for a kid to take it up. And just like with the dishes, I don't do dishes until the dishwasher is empty because that is not my job. I have a child who's supposed to be doing the dishwasher, but he's been very good. That particular child has been very good about
That's
doing
good.
the dishwasher so that I can keep up with the dishes more often. So, yeah.
That's good.
Flowers for laundry, reasonable exchange. See, easy, you need to get your wife some flowers. Wonderful things happen when you get flowers. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing, Allie, for the rest of the weekend. I'd like to go see a movie. You know, it's out. I don't know if are Bond movies really big over there in the UK. I mean, Bond is supposedly a Londonite or whatever. He has an accent.
Yeah.
He has an English accent. But are they
He
big over
does.
there? Or do you
Yeah.
watch these? Okay. So I've watched a lot of the Bond through the years, right? My first husband was totally Bond fanatic, so I was all into them because of him. But I haven't watched very much, here and there I would have. But I guess this one is like the final one with this particular Bond guy.
Yeah.
And it really is like a story arc carried over from the last one. We haven't watched the last one, so would like to, and I'd like to go see it because, it's kind of the end of that era, I guess you say, if
Yeah.
you're into that kind of thing. But you know what else we watched last night? This is the final thing, and then I'll let you all go. Last night, did you ever watch Sopranos on HBO, Allie?
No, I never saw it.
Okay. I was off and on watching it again because of my first husband. But anyway, I wasn't like toward the end of it because we knew it was ending. I would watch it, and that kind of thing. But last night, my husband and I did watch there's a new, was it on Netflix? It was on HBO Max, I think it was. Actually, the guy, James Gandolfino, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, his son actually plays him as a younger him, that Sopranos character, and showing like what his life was like before he became that mob boss. So it is actually really good. I was surprised. I liked it. There were parts of it that I thought were just kind of quirky, but it kind of followed along with the way Sopranos was a little bit. But I highly recommend it if anyone is into that whole thing. And I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. So I just wanted to put that word out. But you're not into that kind of thing, are you, Allie?
No, not so much.
Megan might be. She's into the mob and all that kind of stuff, so she might find it
Yeah.
fascinating because they do, have some mob dealings and stuff like that, and things happen. So a lot about what do they call it, a goomba, like Italians. And I thought about you, Megan, because it surprised me how out there they were with their mistresses. And there is a word, I think it's goomba, that the Italians use for their mistresses, and it's just expected that they have them. And so, Megan, I was thinking about you and with the Italians, and if the Irish are going to retaliate and you like to kill people off, like putting in a Goomba for one of the Italians, and like the Irish kill the Goomba, like if they're trying to start a war or something like that. So it was just fascinating. I thought you might like it, Megan. So anyway. Do you have Italians out there, Allie, in the UK? They're Italians.
So.
Yeah, but not so many
It's got
mob.
to be a fair
mob
number
characters. A lot of mob, or no?
I don't know. I think our gangs tend to be more. I don't know. Like the biggest. I'm not quite sure what the word I would be going for would be, but the most well known that I can think of from this country would be the Krays in like the 1960s, and they were just East London through and through, to the best of my knowledge and belief.
So no particular demographic, just no particular culture.
There probably are in different cities, but it probably changes city to city, and part of city to city as far as London goes. But I don't know very much about it. So
I suppose London is like a lot of other major cities. There are just parts of it you stay out of because because of crime and whatnot. Yeah.
Of course, unless you actually get closer to it, you wouldn't necessarily know which those parts are, because I wouldn't have a clue. I just wander along and be like, oh, this was a bad part then, my bad.
Let's see. Megan says, they won't kill a woman, but my Italian crime boss definitely has plenty of mistresses. Yeah. Well, in this particular instance, I won't give it away, but just watch it, Megan, if you get a chance. It's good. You don't have to know all about Sopranos to be able to watch this. It's kind of the precursor to it all, so it's interesting. Operate in Italy. Yeah, this was, where are they in Sopranos? Newark, New Jersey. Chandra, hi Chandra. We're actually done, but we're glad you're here. So, Allie, are we writing Tuesday and Saturday this coming week?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, folks, we will be back here. Look at our calendars. Synchronize our calendars and our watches, Allie. Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern. Kate, great sprint. You're welcome, Kate. Thank you for being here. Saturday at noon. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, Allie.
Yeah.
I rented a room for an Italian family for a while back in the day, London.
Yeah, I'm sure there must be plenty around.
Yeah.
They're not. We tend to. We've got a lot of Irish around here, a lot of Eastern European from various different countries. We've got massive population from various parts of Asia, India, Pakistan, etc. But I'm just outside of Luton, and we've got the airport, so we have a huge variety of people from different countries here. So.
Yeah, and they're not all bad or trying to be a mafia or a gang.
Not that I'm aware of.
They're all normal people. We live normal lives. Yeah.
I stay out of all the criminal underworld that may or may not exist anywhere near me.
It's better that way. Our life is easier that way when we stay out of those things.
Yes.
Well, very good. Well, I'm glad we all had a productive sprint, and I guess we'll just see everybody on Tuesday at 4.
See you on Tuesday. Have a lovely weekend.
Everyone. Bye, Allie. Have a good one.
You too.